Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
So I know a lot of you having problems with boss rush, and it's the hardest mode for everybody. And if we go and look at the scores and the charts, we're gonna see that not everybody is playing, because not everybody is ranking actually in the top 50, which is a little bit of a problem because this mode gives you some cool rewards that you need to progress. And even if we look at other zones, as you see here, like 2 players are ranking in the top 50, and here it's 11 players, and it's a little bit hard. Here 3 players, and what you need is to go and harness these rewards. I mean, it doesn't matter if you rank in the top 10 or 20, you need to rank at least in the top 50. You're gonna get the rewards, at least the soul power, the soul cores and the soul shards. It's a great addition, plus these enlightenment scrolls that we all want, because we want to go and pull for more EX moves. It will help us, and it will add 1 resonance that you can use on a lineup or on teams and make it more versatile. Plus we get a divination ticket or 2 or 3 depending where you rank, and some faith gems which will always help. Any addition, any resources that you want to get would be amazing. And there's the achievements with the milestones whenever you cross. If you check the achievements here, it really adds up, and it really gives you a little bit of resources. And then this box that you can pick and choose whatever you want from it, if you can get and rank there, which is a little bit hard for free to play. I'm a free to play and I still didn't get it, and hard for casual spenders. So I use the set skills and lineups to use against Ken and Nero and Dalsim, and it's really hard bosses this stage, but it's not impossible. And I have lineups that I can help you, and you will 100% with no problem with these specific lineups rank in the top 50 and get these rewards no matter when you start. If you're a new, old player or whatever, you're gonna rank in the top 50 and get these rewards with these lineups. We tried them on different accounts and it worked perfectly. We even tried them on casuals, we tried them on free-to-play relatively new accounts, and it worked very good. Now I will show you. Now here I'm ranking 3. It's not gonna stay that rank 3. I'm aiming just to stay in top 50. As always, I try to stay in the top 50, top 20 if I could, because it will give me a little bit more resources. Top 10 will be great, but it's not my goal. My goal is to stay in the top 50 and deal and get this achievement, at least the ones that get you to 260 million. That's my goal that always I go with. I get all these resources. If I can get any of these resources afterwards, it will be a bonus and a plus. So let's talk about the lineups. Now, as you see, my lineups are free to play. I'm free to play. So if you spend a little bit and have more units and better units, you can score even better. You can look at these strategies and maybe get inspired of 1 or 2 from them and add your touch to it. It's always good to have your best units that you invested in added into these lineups and dealing more damage for you, like Goken, M.Ryu, Akuma, Vega, Trendy Kami, whichever that you built, you can use them here. Even the legendary units, except for Flame Chun-Li, she will not work if you're gonna go with Nero versus Nero team. She will work in any lineup and add that damage. I don't know, we tested her, she didn't get that normal damage. Dalsim team, Blanka and Dalsim team, they didn't give that much damage that we needed. Now you can use Fashion Blanka here instead of Zangief for the C2, because it's AoE also, and it will add some damage and gives you the wildfire buff. I tested it, it worked, but it always didn't get me the highest score. I don't know, for some reason Zangief here always work against Nero and Virgil when we saw them in the DMC event in the bossing, and when we saw them also in this specific boss rush previously, if you go and check the other videos that I had. So let's talk about the first team. Now the first team, this is not complicated, it's 100%. I put some thoughts on it. And remember that when the event was there and we had the Ken fight, I created this lineup and it helped a lot of people and it gave them the scores that they wanted. Of course, you can use, if you're a whale and you have other units that can survive and deal damage and lifesteal, like if you have Akuma, I would use Akuma because I will hit with his super, he lifesteals. And that's it. It's really good. You can delay the death of him by having again as an assist. So Gen clone will get burned until you accumulate those 3 bars of combo, and then you can go with Akuma and use his super and C2 and accumulate that massive incredible damage. And you can also save, if you don't want to play Bison in the back line, you can do this lineup, the same lineup, because Honda C3. But you need to use Honda C3 because it will prevent the damage. Let me talk about it and explain what I'm talking about. So I'm having 2 tanks because they survive and they give me 2 things that I need. One is the wall from Honda, 2 is the shields from Abel. And I'm having a healer, which is Elena, because it gives me heals and make the 2 tanks survive a little bit more because of the overtime healing and the drop of the heal that Elena does. Now, why Bison in the backline? Now, if you know this boss, Ken burns the backline, the anchor unit, which is here, the Bison, that is in the 3rd spot. Keeps burning them and they will die. Now, if you have Gen as an assist, he will burn the clone first, then start to burn the one after it. So if Bison dies here, it starts to burn Elena because she will drop and she will be the 3rd. And then it will burn Abel until the end, it will burn Honda. But we will prevent all of this with this lineup. Bison will get burned and cooked and explode, and this is the main damage dealer for you. You can start with Bison and end with Bison if you have the chance. Sometimes it can't happen because you're always exploding on Bison, and this is the best thing. You want him to keep exploding. So you start with Abel with his super, and it will give shields to everybody. It doesn't matter on Bison, he will keep burning and exploding, so the shields doesn't affect him. And then you will use the C1 of Elena. Now the C1 of Elena will heal everybody, especially the tanks, because after a while, even when Bison is still alive and burning and exploding, the other units will be affected by the stacks of burn because they get burned also as well. So you will heal with Elena and then use the C2 of Abel that will give him more shields even for him to survive more. We don't care about Honda because Honda have desperation. When he drops below some certain HP, 30%, he will trigger his desperation, start healing, be immune to the damage, and Elena will heal him back up, and after 12 seconds the interval time for it will end and he will trigger it again, so he will constantly survive. At the end we use the C3 of Honda. Now the C3 of Honda will prevent the projectile and the attacks of Ken and Dan to go through and hit your Abel and hit your Honda and hit your Elena whenever she's on the field when she uses her C1. And this is so important. This wall, you don't even need to build him that much. +3 on his cars, so 3 cars for Honda, and this will happen. And your rotation will be Abel, Elena, Abel, Honda, and that's it. If you can, I tried and I did it many times. I go with Bison, Elena, Abel, Bison. It works sometimes. Sometimes you don't have the time because Bison keeps exploding. And this is good, this is good. And it will give you always between 60 to 70 million. That's the damage, the range. 55, let's say, let's not be super optimistic. 55 million damage to 70 million damage. This is the lineup that you want to check. And I've been checking other lineups and I see that they're not crossing the 20 million damage with normal teams. So this team will ensure you to deal plus 50 million damage. Now the second lineup, and as we see in other events that we did on the DMC on my videos, I even explained how AoE damage here is king because there's 3 targets and you can capitalize this with Guile and Viper, of course. And why Zangief work here? If you use Guile, he will hit a single enemy with a C2 if you use Guy. So we use Zangief because he hits everybody else. And if you build the balance 3 so high, he will increase even more damage. And he will gain lifesteal, actually, when he drops below HP. This is why he survives a little bit better than Guy. So we start with Viper, S.Poison, Zangief, then Guile, until the end of the battle. Of course, I'm using EX moves, like the Virgil one. You don't need the Virgil EX move here. I tried it without the Virgil EX move. I dropped the Crazy Potato and it gave me the same effect. They survived, I continued my combo. But here the RNG was with me because I was trying to do something else. I didn't have the Summer Elena EX move. I got it yesterday late. But if you have the Summer Elena EX move, you can use her on the 3rd team and not use the Crazy Potato there. It will help you even more. So, the last lineup, and it's against Mommy Dalsim, and it's one of the worst lineups to fight against. He's a hard boss, he's not easy. He inflicts with you with his poison gas, his farts, and he will kill you slowly, and by slowly I mean very quick. it chunks of your health. Now, you can go with 3 lineups here, 3 strategies actually. One is Gouken. If you have Gouken, he will help you prevent death and he will give you shields and you can accumulate more damage. 2 is Summer Elena. You can use Summer Elena instead of M.Ryu. She will cleanse, heal, and you can go and deal more damage. And the third one, which I preferred actually, and I liked it, and it gave me the satisfaction that I need, which is the M.Ryu. Now, as soon as the battle starts, you want fast chant on somebody on your lineup, 100%. Zangief for tanking, because I'm using his C2. When he uses his C2, he doesn't only silence with passive, his C2 heals him. Whenever he hits with the C2, he heals himself, so he have self-survivability and sustainability. Summer Yang for shields and heals, perfect. And I have Chun-Li. Now, I'm using on Chun-Li Witch Jury. I tried Witch Jury on the main lineup, she doesn't do well. Chun-Li does better. Why? Because when I use her C3, she accumulates more combo meter, and this will allow me to do more combos and hit the boss and deal the maximum amount of damage. Now I'm using Crazy Potato here, and I'm using the Tanuki. The Tanuki gives armor break, so Elena, Chun-Li will capitalize on it. I have Cammy assist on M.Ryu, as you see, Cammy on M.Ryu, so she will inflict armor break, and Witch Jury on Chun-Li. So. And I'm using the healings. So instead of Crazy Potato here, and it's 100% better than Crazy Potato, it's the Elena, new Elena, Summer Elena EX move. I just got it last night, I didn't try it yet, but I know for a fact because I tried it on a different account. If you drop it, it will heal, cleanse you, and you can continue and survive more. Now, how the rotation works on this lineup, you need a fast chant on one of your main lineups, like either Ryu or Zangief or whoever you want. And you start your rotation immediately with M.Ryu, Summer Yang, Zangief, Chun-Li, M.Ryu, Summer Yang, Zangief, Chun-Li 2 times for you to accumulate the 5 stacks of Satsui no Iki. So M.Ryu will hit Mummy Dalsim and decrease his energy bar, and you will have 2 more rotations actually afterwards. So you start with Chun-Li, Summer Yang, Zangief, then Chun-Li, until the whole team wipes and the fight ends. And this is how you accumulate the most damage versus these lines. Now, these were the explanation. I took my time to explain this for you because many people asked me how to do that. I typed it, I even took screenshots, took a little bit of videos. It didn't explain it to them 100%, so I made this full video dedicated for these fights. Whenever this boss rush event happen again with the same enemies, you can go and use these lineups. They work even on auto. They will not give you the best result, but they work. So never stress about it, and let's check the replays. So the first lineup, and it goes as well. Let's put it on X2. As you see, I let him burn, I let him cook, and I use all the damage EX moves. So I drop EX moves back and forth whenever they unlock, because it doesn't matter here. So I accumulate 3 combo meter bar. And as you see, look at Bison. He have 20 stacks of flame on him. And when he explode, I took some flame stacks on my other units, because it's the max. And I keep healing with Elena, as you see. Abel, Elena, Abel. And I used Bison, because I could. Because I used one time Honda C3, and it gave me the walls. So it doesn't matter for me to use it again. And as you see here, I used Honda because Bison is exploding with his C3. So this is how the lineup is. It's very flexible, very nice. Look at Honda. He's taking so much damage because he's tanking the physical attacks, and Abel is tanking the physical attacks. But there's Desperation on Honda that will help him survive. And by the end, he will die. Everybody will start dying, but look at the time. It's not important. 0 seconds, and Bison exploded in the end. So we survived the whole battle, and this lineup is really good. Like, I'm showing you how it worked for me, and it worked many times, not one time, but hopefully there's no record for these, so we only can see the last fights. Let me check. No, there's records. As you see, 287 million, 226 million, 240 million, 240 million, 247 million. This I was trying something else. All of the rest, I was trying something else. It gave me good results, but it wasn't the best. But with this lineup, look, 247 million, 240, 240, 226, 287, and you can go even more. So it's a successful team. It's consistent. It will give you the highest damage. Let's go to the next Next fight, and this is the Viper Guile team. RNG with retries, you're gonna get the best result. Again, for people who's crying because they don't have the Virgil EX. How did I get the Virgil EX? I'm free to play just like you. I wasn't lucky, I didn't do just one pull or one single pull. I knew that EX moves are hard to obtain from the start of the game, and I saw all the EX moves. You can obtain them by randomly from idling, except for the Akuma and the Satsui no Iki. So I was like, oh, they're not that important for me right now. What if they drop some OP EX move that will make you survive and not die? Oh, they did. They did. So I was saving, and I said, one day I will blow them up. If they don't give us an OP AX, I will blow them up on some AXs that I don't have. And that's what happened. They dropped the Virgil EX move. I was accumulating 60 scrolls. With the 60 scrolls, all of them, I got one Virgil EX. So yeah, I wasn't that lucky. I just got it by nature. I don't know if there's I think there's pity for it, but I just got it. So don't stress about the Virgil EX. You can use the Crazy Potato. It works here. It's just like the Virgil EX. One hit, you take 0 damage from it. 2 hits, the second hit will be giving you damage. This is why the Virgil EX is much better than the Crazy Potato. Let's go and check the replay. Again, I accumulate some combos here. I go for X3 combo. And why for X3? I can go for X4, you can go for X5, whatever you want. You can't go for X5, I mean, you can go for X4, but this is the best sweet spot that I found that I can go. After Nero hits, I just go and start hitting him. As you see, he finished. They are gathered, so the saber from Guile will hit them all. So Guile, Poison, Beast, Guile, then Viper, Poison, Beast, Guile. I hit the EX move here, as you see. Everybody will start dying now. And by the end, that was the damage that I did. He hits like a truck. Nero hits like a truck. But thank God it's not damage over time, and there are multi-heroes. This is why we need the AoE here. You can use this team specifically on the first line. It doesn't work on the first lineup. On the second lineup, on versus Mommy Dulcim, it works, but it will not give you the best result. It will give you the best result here because there are AoE and there are multiple targets. The last lineup, let's check this. Immediately I start M.Ryu, Summer Yang, Zangief, then Chun-Li. And I accumulate combo meter. I drop the... You can use here Elena's EX move. I start Chun-Li, Summer Yang, Zangief, then Chun-Li. And I use heals. I start... Why do I start with Chun-Li? Because she heals because of... which jury on her that gives her life steal. As you see, M.Ryu just hit the boss, but we still have these and we didn't cleanse them. They make a lot of damage. But in the end, we could have done better, yes. But it's all about like if you can survive this hit or you can't survive this hit. And which jury helped with the survivability on Chun-Li so she can deal that damage. Now if I had the Summer Elena and I will try it, I will remove this one or this one and use the Summer Elena EX, and it will cleanse me from whatever poison we have on us, and it will give us the best teams, the best scores. And yeah, this is how I scored in the top 50. I hope you get luckier and do much better. Now I want to just tell you something. This event has only 16 hours for it to end, so do your best. Try to use all of whatever resources that you have to pull and get whatever you want from this before it fades away and goes out. All the resources are good. There's nothing bad with the 50%. Even if I have jury at +5, I will continue summoning on this banner just because of the 50% and the value of the resources I get back. I leveled 9 levels because I pulled on this banner. Look at me, I'm at 143 million. It's insane for a free-to-play to get 143 million. I was checking other free-to-play accounts. None of them got more than 138, let's say, million, which is crazy and insane. And yeah, don't forget to do your Budo battle. It will give you good resources. Bet whoever you think that's gonna win. I don't know here. I'll bet for this. It has Dulcim. I love Dulcim. Yeah, And that was it for the video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.